There are certain things, if you don't know them in courtship, when you get married tomorrow, you will have problem. If you don't settle these things, you don't know them, tomorrow it will affect you. So everybody you see that is who they are today, but whether in marriage, whether in business, is as a result of a separated life. Bible talks about a man called Elijah. And the Bible said Elijah separated himself for 2 years. 2 years. After 2 years, he appeared. And his appearance was, to challenge a man called Ahab. It takes somebody who have lived such life to be able to confront evil. A man called Ahab, was one man that if you see him, you'll be so afraid. He terrorized the community. Nobody could look at Ahab and said to him that this you are doing is wrong. But Elijah, look at it, that it is not using man confrontation. You must go. That young man went to God in prayer. And when he came out, he said to Ahab, he said, Ahab, the Lord said I shall announce to you that the same rain that has stopped is going to fall. But you will return back to your place and put things right. So a servant lived a separated life of self-denial. Yesterday, a woman of God was talking something in the morning, and he was talking to somebody, and he made a statement. I think Pastor Joe was there, Ebuka was there. He said, this my husband you are seeing served me for how many years? How many years? 7 years. He said, this man that is my husband today served me for 7 years before we got married. He said, even while my madam will come, then my husband will kneel down, he will serve, he will do this. And even when we got married, he still continue, the same work. Now, do you know that whatever achievement she has today is not to herself? It's not. It's not. Whatever achievement that lady has achieved today is not to herself. It's because there is somebody who, she made a statement yesterday. She said, anywhere I want to go to, my husband will never say no. Instead, he will encourage me and go with me. Now, do you know that and as the man is going with him to every program, it is the grace of that man that is making people to know him. Whatever thing that man has become today, that lady that has announced him. There are certain pastors, there are certain places he cannot enter. But the moment that, for instance now, if she's going to pray for a governor, will the husband go with to pray for a governor? Will the husband go with him? Talk to me now. He will go with him. Talk to me now. He will go with him, right? Now, how did the husband get to meet governor? Through her. So, he left the place of husband and do service. So, a servant live a separated life of self-denial. The servant must bridle his eyes, his tongue, his feet, both in the presence and in the absence of his master. You know the story? The story of a man called Gehazi. Gehazi was serving his master, but yet he never bridled his eyes. He never did what? Bridled his eyes. Anything that God blesses the master, his eyes should be there. One of the things I've tried to do, most times to Pastor Joe, I just tell him, sit down. Anything you see that I teach you today, I want you to understand ministry. Because a time is coming that it will not be in Nigeria, it will be in UK. So the things he has learned as a minister, anywhere he finds himself, because tomorrow, the truth is, apart from being a minister, he will also definitely work with somebody or work in business. And the church today, hear this, the church today are the leading force in our community. Praise God. Praise God. So, in the absence, must bridle his or her eyes, must bridle his or her eyes, her tongue, are fit. Whether the man is there or the man is not there. I don't say this because I believe maybe are we live? Are we live? Now I believe my spiritual father will be watching this. He doesn't have to be there for me to kneel down when he's praying. Whether he's there or not, the moment I just see his call and his prayer, I go on my knees. Because even if he was physically with me, I will still go on my knees. Right? Talk to me now. So both in his absence or in his presence, anything I cannot do that will. So when you need to keep surveillance and watch over your master, but at other times it is discreet for you to look away from him. See, try to discourage him. Second, try to discourage him. Third, now 150 sons of the prophet who have been following this man, who the man believed that they maybe this man believed maybe as they've been following him, they will live this separated life. But yet, the moment they got the signal that the master will be leaving, 150 of them came and said, "Are you aware?" He said, "Yes, I know. Keep quiet. Hold your peace. Now drop your tithe, you drop your seed." I have not met with him one-on-one. It was by divine instruction. I have not met with him. I've never chatted him one day and said, "Sir, we have been paying our tithe since last 2 years." Even some pastors, they will find way, travel to Abuja, create out time and meet you and say, "Sir, I'm the senior pastor of blah 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 church. We have been sending tithe." But do you know something? Whatever thing that drops from that altar, and we believe in it, it also rubs on us. It rubs on us. So a servant must learn to bring your eyes, your tongue, your feet. It's because we see too much, we talk too much, and we do things too much that are not necessary. One day my spiritual father said to me, he said, "Success." Because among all his sons and daughters in those days, anytime it should come up and I'm not satisfied with it, after service I will go to him and say, "Daddy, number one, maybe disagreement. Now we'll go back and say, Daddy, I don't like that thing that happened. Blah, blah, blah. When I said, success. He said, Reverend Success. He said, even though you have a good point, you will have shared with me. But the way you throw that thing, I'm talking about, please mute. You see that? And that always say the truth. Some of you are just eye service here. And today, anytime the other time when he came here, he said, God. He went around, he checked. He said, was it the same place I came last time? Because he said, Daddy, if you can do it in Kirikiri, we can also do it here. Anything that happens there can also happen here. How do you get such result? It is called a separated life. If you want to see power, you want to see prosperity, you want to see growth in anything you do, You have call of God. If you pray, even if you are a mad person, then go know somebody they pray. But recently, it has dropped. That spirit is no longer there. That fire is no longer there. Go home, sit down, and ask God for mercy. Let him rekindle you back. Go back home, sit down. That is what is called a separated life. You ask questions. Lord, why this? Why this? This was not like this before. Now hear this. Hear this. Any leader, I use in your office, that monitors you, sees what you are doing, and suddenly what you are doing has dropped, and he calls you to tell you he loves you. He loves you. But the moment he keeps quiet and allow you to be doing what you are doing, just know it that spirit is disconnected. As a father, I won't live here forever. Now, yesterday, to God, I did not even remember. But I know some years ago I was in Port Harcourt. See that, don't worry. I was in Port Harcourt, and I was preaching for a very big woman of God in Port Harcourt. And this woman that came was among she was not even a minister. Two of them, one tall one. But I could not remember one as she. So I just said, kneel down. I said, there is something I see in you. I just said it as normal. You know, like when you saw yesterday when she prophesied to Mama. And what she said was exactly what is happening to her. So I said, there is something in you that God need to do. That God need to stir up. And that was all. You heard how yes when he was saying it. He said, Papa was one of the men that lay hand on me. Was that what he said? Yes. Me, I don't even remember. I can't remember. Because it was many years ago. And he was telling them, he said, you know they hold. And he can never hold. I have met some people, I met them 10 years ago. They will say, what is your problem? Now, you know they hold. Now today is the day. Now hear this. When you live a quiet life, when you live a life that will not eat you up, you know go grow old. And that's why I will never bottle you. This heart is too small. It's too small. One certain time, I had, you know, when somebody is so stupid in love, I drank sniper to die. Before the team is small, any small thing, I'll be having chest pain. So give me one reason why I should carry you for mind. This heart is too small. Is it too small? Too small. So if you want to live long, and if you want to see power, life, a life void of sin, a life void of complaints, a life void of trouble. Nothing grows in the hand of a man that complains. In fact, as a matter of fact, Bible calls such people murmurers. Sorry, but Bible says anyone that complains lives in a dry land. You are doing everything you are doing, but yet your life will be dried. But as a child of God that want to see excess power, excess grace, excess lifting, you must be ready to live a separated life. So while opportunities are bound to enjoy intimacy with your master, extreme caution must be put in place not to become over familiar with him. When you have the opportunity, sir, man, you know, to enjoy intimacy, whether in your office, whether outside your office, please take caution. My spiritual father will always say something, Bishop Matthew. He goes, say success. When you go to a rich man's house to eat, learn to put, Bible says, put knife in your throat. Because sometimes they will offer you juicy opportunity. Why did he say that? He said one day they went to himself, late Archbishop Tawosa, then I think Bishop Ilefutaife, Victory Church at Abuladu. He said they went out to Sheraton and they were eating. He said before you know, he don't chop finish. He go again, he chop again. As one move the next one, later Archbishop and say, who is this person? He says, my pastor. Sit down there. In fact, stand up from this place. I'm telling you what Bishop Matthew said. He said the man told him, get up from this place. Don't insult us. In our line, you don't behave like this. Now watch this. He was coming from a poor background. bishop, they were 12 in numbers in one room. He got married to a woman that was coming from a very prosperous background. So even when they got married, he said if they are eating, he go finish all the meat. The wife got and said, come, this life is not a life. He said it was the wife that started teaching him how to know how to eat. Now before, there are people like that, you go first finish meat for food. You're going to see the soup like this. So he said it was the wife who helped him to adjust. While living a separated life, see, one of the things separated life will do for you, it will empower you for the supernatural. When you enter places and things are dead, because you are spiritually empowered, things will start working. And for those who are also watching us all over the world, all our viewers, one of the things that also empower you, that gives you grace for the supernatural, is when you live a separated life. Righteousness exalts a nation. Righteousness exalts a nation. A nation. Now, do you know that? Not be everything person they know. I hope you know that. We have about 3 Facebook accounts. If I open this one, if it grows, I will forget the password. I will open another one again. That account you are seeing, they have been abandoned for more than many years because I don't know the password again. This morning now, I don't know how he brought out all the old accounts. So we are using the old account now. What is that account now? Testimony what? Testimony Church. Okay. So that is the new account. Live a separated life. Live what? A separated life. Now, see, it is for your own good. The moment you start living a separated life on your own, let me tell you the truth. 95% of the problem we have today is as a result of not separating ourselves from chaffs. You know, some few months ago, a man came here and I told him, I said, pray against police case. Are you married? You know, one of our daughters came here and said, now that man be that to always think will beat me. And he was saying, is it the way life be? Now, if I have known that it was the person, the Bible will tell and say, so now you won't beat my daughter because he no agree. I don't know if you understand. Life can carry you anywhere at any time. That young man you see that came here on Friday that sat down there. Eh? Pastor Ma, I don't know whether, I think I've seen him twice with Pastor Ma. But he doesn't greet me. But he was here on Friday. You know what I say? You they see me, you my neighbor. But you didn't greet. Life can carry you to anywhere. But hear this, even if life takes you to the deepest and tightest corner, what will make you prevail in that place is how much power you have acquired. So power can come through separated life. Sir, man, you came alone to this world. The day you will die alone. That is why you can never recruit me to become enemy to another person. I can never do that. Instead, I will fall your hand. You can never recruit me. That this person, you have an issue with this person, so I must be angry with the same person. You can't. I will never do that. Because number one, I don't know how your battle started with that person. That's why I take enough time to do observation. I observe before I take my stance. Watch this. Write this down. No separated life, no power. When I mean separate, I'm talking about no consecration, no power. Mute. If you don't Praise God. So why opportunities abound? Because it will come. Your master will give you the opportunity to exercise what you carry, to exercise the things you know, and all those things there. Now, why such opportunity abounds? Please, to enjoy intimacy. What are you supposed to do? Extremely caution must be put in place. In place. Do you know that yesterday or two, I think was it yesterday, Wana sent me long message and one thing about me. You get where I could read message reach, I could just stop. If I tell you that I'm not going through those messages, you'll be so shocked. One of the message that at least why I feel read on for is over a goods that you said. He said, but I didn't pay a dime since I've been using the perfume. He said I didn't pay. She was supposed to pay 200K for a goods that left Lagos here to Ghana, right? And the thing no reach. And they were calling her. But before you know it, the thing was released. So when I saw that one, I said, wow, that was the, I just answered her, wow, God bless you, amen for your prayers. And I end there. The remaining message, way long. All the columns, I've not read it. I've not read it. Look up. To be a leader is not easy. See, when we talk about leader, I'm not talking about being a leader in the church. Are you aware that even in your house, you are a leader? Especially the mothers, the fathers. The kind of stress you will go through. You are a leader. You are a leader. You are a leader. I told someone, I said, stop calling me daddy. Just call me pastor. Leave your daddy one corner. Because calling me daddy without showing the respect that I'm truly your daddy. Don't call me daddy, just call me pastor direct. Let's stop using this daddy thing to do evil. In fact, the word separated means consecration. That is the word separated. It means consecration. That is what that word separated means consecration. So when you live a consecrated life, you will enjoy power. So this is where self-discipline is necessary. Discipline means control. That is the word discipline. It means control. One of the things I told God this morning as I came, I saw that environment was, I said, you know one thing about God? You know one thing about God? If you are not sensitive to the spirit, you will get it wrong. So discipline is about control. It means restrain and caution. Restrain and caution without. So discipline a servant. So an undisciplined servant will falter and lose his privileged position to another. Jesus had demanded that his disciples will become totally self-abandoned. Let's look at Matthew chapter 16, verse 24. Then said Jesus unto his disciples, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up what? His cross and follow me. The next verse. No, leave that 24 first before we go to the next verse. Then Jesus said, if you want to follow me, the first thing you're going to do, let him do what? Deny himself and take up what? His cross. Your cross, not my cross. Bring it down, sir. Bring it down, sir. Did he say you should help him carry his own cross? Your cross. Then when you carry the cross, you can now do what? You can now follow me. So if you cannot carry, what are those crosses? Those crosses are temptation. Because no cross way sweet to. No cross way sweet to. You know sweet. I'm not complaining, I'm not regretting. But if I have my way, if I have my way to stop pastor work, I don't do am since. If I have my way, I will just stop it. So, to follow him, you must first of all deny yourself of pleasure, of a lot of things. Number 2, you must take up your cross. Then number 3, you cannot follow me. Because if you take up that cross means take up responsibility. Take it up. Take it up. Now me talk am. Na Bible talk am. For whosoever that will do what? You want to save your life first, you will lose it. And whoever will lose his life for my. Do you know how many bullets I've collected before you came here? Do you know abuses? You know when the people don't call me. You know what people have done to me? That enough, man. Is in fact, my senior brother was locked some years ago at Festa police station. What happened? A lady tried to set my father up. And it was later we got to know that it was from one elder in the church that my father suspended at our rock. Since before they brought my father to that particular place, that man has been the one controlling money. You know, if they want to pay, and maybe they want to pay land use, then they go pay. In fact, he was the one in charge. Now, how many person in me? So my father came. My father started asking questions. This is okay. From today, they should cut off that aspect. That okay, they now ask him, all the receipts we have been paying for the land, can we have it? He said, why would my father ask him that kind of question? Is he trying to say, yes, we have been here before you came? My father said, well, I'm the resident pastor here now. I will give account when I'm called for. So I need all the receipts. And from today, no money should go to him again. Anything we are doing from today, it will go through normal authority. That was all. And you know in every church, I told some of you yesterday in this church, if you try them, you will get problem. And I mean it. You know in every church we know a person build. You know now the person started the church. When you come to church, you are trying to form a group of your own. Not in this church. Not before this church. I've raised. So before you knew it, this Ekaite, they're very close, to this man. And, you get a way you don't marry person rich. You go know, say this person will do this thing. You go know, say this person can. So my mother know, say, he husband not do am. So when my senior brother heard it, he couldn't stand it. He slapped the lady with anger. And because of the connection where that guy get now, he had to now make a call. They came, they picked my senior brother, they put him in his cell. My brother said, my father cannot do it. And I'm not regretting that I'm here. My mother entered prayer. My father entered prayer, locked himself for 7 days. Let me tell you the truth. He said, this is you are doing. You don't know what you are doing. There are people that will lock themselves. You may not come out free from it. My father locked himself. They locked themselves in the house. They started praying. Do you know that it wasn't up to before that 7 days? This lady's finger started coming out. I'm not joking. The thing is all over. If you go to the Apostolic Church, New Bridge Assembly, the story is there. Her finger started pulling out. All these people, they swell up like leprosy. He had to run to the church and kneel down and confess to my mother that it was a rock that set my father up. That man had an accident. They removed his one leg. That's a rock. I'm not. We are alive, right? So I'm not telling you. I'm telling you what happened. Now, everybody believed that Pastor Ayi Frank did it, but the man locked himself, gave himself a consecration and said for 7 days, Lord, if truly this thing happened, let me not come out alive. But if it did not happen, let these people behind it have issues. It was when that lady came, and because that man said they should not release my brother. Now, how many person now? Now, how many guy? He get left. He said they should not release him. Now, look at the first thing God did. God moved the man. They promoted him out of Lagos to outside, out of Lagos to like to those kind not. It was one of the trip he was going that he had an accident. So the news got to us here in Festac. That can only happen, sir, when you live a consecrated life. Give yourself 1 hour. Give yourself 2 hours. Sometimes, even in your place of work, you are speaking in tongues while you are walking. I'm not just making speaking in tongues. No, that is childish. Inside you, when you know you are less, do you know you can be attending to somebody and you are still praying in the spirit? Yes. That's why God has wired women. Women can do 10 things at the same time. In the child now, he's cooking, he's arranging the house at the same time. In the space of 1 hour, a woman can do all those things. He can do 10 things, but a man, so not be every man will do one. And the question is, how will a woman be doing 10 things in the space of 1 hour? It is called consecration, focus. Consecrate yourself. As a singer, give yourself time and pray. Sometimes 30 minutes before you even come church, you don't declare the air. You have speaking tongues. When you hold microphone, you don't struggle. You know this. You don't struggle. You know why? You know why sometimes you minister and no life, no power in it? It's because you have lost consecration. You have lost it. You have lost it. You have lost it. You want to marry and no consecration. You have not prayed to deal with the foundation and know where the person is coming from. You can't start paying the price when you don't marry. It will become too late. The best time to pay that price is right now. Yesterday morning I used his phone because I think we're trying to call Sister Linda. So while the phone was with me, a call came in and I saw best. I wanted to pick the call to know the best among them. But I say if I pick her now, don't tell and say I pick. I just wanted to know the voice, to know that the best is inside this church or not the best why I know. So I asked him, which of the best? He said, that one what you know. Because if you have been another best, we will get issue. You can't have two best, depending on the best. I know say best drink, he turn person if you know sabi drink am. Someone say consecration. The word I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. She called me the other day and I had to rebuke her. See, I rebuked her. Where's your tithe? He said, Daddy, I use my tithe to help people. I said, you okay? Don't say that next time. It's not scriptural. They're church. These are staffs that they are paying. That is the work of the tithe. There are things to do in church. That is the work of tithe. Bring it into the storehouse. And she just immediately just say, oh, sorry, sir, I didn't, sorry, sir. And the end there, pick me about my tithe. Now they work for me. But the truth is, we also go on our knees to do the work for you. We cry to God on your behalf. We ask God to sort out certain things on your behalf. You may not see this. You may not see the spiritual aspect of it. But when the results start coming, you will know. Ebuka, ebuka. It's a watch fine. Praise God. I love that media. You are doing well. Bring ye all the tithe into the storehouse, that there may be what? Meat in my house. It is when you bring your tithe that you now have the right to prove God. So go back to where we read before. Give me the next verse. Iba o iba. 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 Iba o. Matthew 16:24. Matthew chapter 16 verse 24. So serving as a steward or a servant under a man of God demands a total abandonment of a personal program. Now, when I was working with God Faith Christian Center, I'm this man that before I even joined the church, I've been doing programs. There is no, except maybe new churches in Nigeria that doesn't know me. We're going to programs before we got married. Because we never married before I can't go show my parents for those states. Now program we'll go do for there. One day my spiritual father called me and sat me there. He said, Reverend Socks. I said, Daddy. He said, you are going to choose in between your program and this church. Apostle Andrew Nakeme sat me down. Now hear this. I was already a pastor. I was already paving way. I've invited him before for a program. I used the church, the apostolic church. He came. The whole place was filled up. So I was not like a novice in the work. I was already in the work. So he sat me down. He said, because you can't be jumping from here to another and come back. Choose. That was how I stopped all my personal programs. Those programs I used to do that I would go to churches and do, I stopped them. Because the truth is, you cannot be working under an authority and use your own personal program against where you are called to operate. And I'm going to explain. Now hear this. You can't be working with UPA and be collecting salary in union. Is it possible? It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. Now hear this. You first become a servant before you become a leader. Write it down. You first become a servant before you become a what? A leader. When somebody came here and saw cheap purity, he shouted, he said, now this church should they come? They say yes. He said, if you know what you need to do one pastor, the person tell and say, he know if you try him here. Now they say, if you know what you need to do that pastor, they get wicked. That was the definition they used. And the person just replied, said, you don't want to come church. You don't want to come. They can't try you with this one. You can't try it with this one. This one will give him that belly when you take it, will give him the belly back again. Now, the first thing that I ask myself, waiting the pastor also do we make him do like that. People don't just react. But if you must react with sense. You know the reason? For the sake of tomorrow. For the sake of what? Tomorrow. Now, nobody knew what happened between both of them that made her reacted the way she reacted. Now she don't come out. That stain is there. That's why I keep telling some of you. You see, we are alive, right? All my spiritual father, Reverend Ken, you will see. Prayer Revival Bible Church, they are online. They are my friends online. Apostle Andrew is my friend online. Bishop Chris Matthew is online. Pastor Bimbo Olukoya of Redeemed Christian Church of God is in Manchester, is online. So you'll be watching what I'm saying. Till tomorrow, I still relate with them. I still call them. One of them said, you have invited all people that were not there when you were suffering. I was there. I said, Daddy, I will bring you. Because one, I know him, he's a deliverance person. If he comes here now, everybody will take for granted. And the kind of people I have here, they are all polished human beings. If you go, you're going to agree to a meeting, it must be an all night, at least 2 nights. Because he's a man of deliverance. And you will see people screaming, you see demons running out. But expenses also follow. That was why yesterday when we ended the meeting, I called Pastor Joe. In fact, you were there. And I said, this was what I brought out. Was that what I told you? How much was the money? 49,500 from all the money. That was what I brought out. I said, since you said it's orphanage, let me remove this one so that we can settle the expenses. Only hotel alone, what we are spending hotel alone is more than 100,000. We don't do program for gain. We do program for impact. Even when she come here, she said that. I said, and woman don't go. Because every money that was coming in, I make sure that they send it. Some of them send it to church account, while some send it to my personal account. So the one they sent was what I just transferred to her. I said, since you said it's orphanage, go and do it. Stella came in and said, Daddy, don't you think we need money in this church? I said the program was not meant because of that purpose. If it's for that purpose, I'm going to bring fathers that will come and teach and give us reasons why we must give genuinely. So I told her, I said, now that she has gone, send it to church account, which I think I told her this morning. I told her this morning. I said, it's only 3 persons so far. But first, before you become a leader. When this guy came as a member. He was passing. He came. 2 Sundays later, he brought this young man here. They were not ministers. They were normal human beings, normal members. But as time goes, now hear this. Nobody gets to a position until you become heart. At heart. Hear this. I will not be here forever. As a matter of fact, I won't say this guy is my successor. I will not tell you Pastor Joe is my successor for now. You'll be so shocked that successor may even be somebody from the congregation. What I did on Sunday to this lady, from the depth of my heart, I gave her part of what I carried. I was showing people yesterday, one of my pastors. You saw the crowd. You saw that guy was my keyboardist. Now keyboardist, ordinary keyboardist. From keyboardist became a youth leader at Iba Church. I sent them to Iba Church. Today, if you get to Ogijo, they call it Ogijo in Ikorodu. Just make sure, say you are going to Dr. Jesus. That is how popular that guy is. Almost all the police officers, they are in his hand like this. He's just buying. If he buys here, because you know in those days, if I come out like this now, there are 2 keyboardists. They will be dragging themselves to play. You'll be begging promise. Ma pray for that. Ma pray for that now. Ma pray for that now. You become a servant first before you become a leader. Hear this. Not everyone, including me, that they say I'm not perfect too. There are areas that I also need amendment. But the truth is, any leader, which I told you yesterday, right? Who again? Uwana. I said, if you don't start taking decision as a leader, I will pull you off from that position. You know why? Because even in your office, when you misbehave, they will query you, right? Two things, I am sorry, or they tell you to drop a letter, right? Then they talk to me now. Me, only once I don't work. I know besides I even work safe. And they go share flyer. You know those kind, I didn't call that work safe. I didn't call that thing. Marketing. I was a pastor and they go share flyer. 200 naira was the money they give to us every day. 200. Until one day, myself and a Pastor Ike that came here, that is in UK, we at if you pass that new Mandela's, where they sell jewelries now, I don't know that place, GL. We just saw somebody that knew us, and we were holding, they carried the thing, and so we just drop them, just shift. And the manager who they carry us for can't see us, can't say, pick it. Because the president shouted, I did come before Pastor Shadrach, how far now? The man said, pick it. That was how we stopped that work today. No, if you go back to the office, I went by, I told them I know they work again. But they give me my money. The man said, no. I said, go give me that money. I shout, quarrel. They gave me half of the money. That was how I stopped that work. Now there are some of us who cannot work in an office because we get issue. So it's better we just do this our small thing what they do. So what am I trying to say? So I told him, I said, if you don't stand your ground as a leader, you'll keep having issues. And you know, any house where there is no discipline, there can never be progress. There can be progress. There can be progress. She attends one of the biggest church in Barracks. I don't know what entered her head. So when she came here, I told her, and me, I don't get that nonsense. That's why I look at, you get I go to look at like this. She go don't know, she know what, she don't get herself. Whether they say whether it was her turn, whether she wanted to sing, I don't know the story. That story will not even make sense. So she versed. Let me tell you the truth. You know, get age, you know, they your side where they verse up and down, including the way they here. Age, you know, they your side. You start to the verse, even when they divide, they were the verse. They shout why they shout, it don't affect me. It's affecting me as a person. On Friday, I was telling them, I said they find sleep. I don't see sleep. I was telling them outside. I said, I know if I can just sleep for 10 minutes, I'll be okay. I don't see sleep. Because if things goes wrong, when the guest is here and things goes wrong, they're not going to talk to these people. Not the head. Not the head. will give account. Same thing in the usher. If anything goes wrong, look at her here. On Wednesday, or was it Friday when she came? What did I tell you? When she came to the office, she knelt and said, Daddy, I'm just coming back because I know as of the time we spoke on phone, I spoke with you through our phone, right? So I was calculating, that was almost around to 6. So to 6, what happened from to 6 till after 10 she came to church? She said, Daddy, I went to do a wavy at the island, right? Island, I'm just coming back. So I looked at it. Okay, go and do your work. If there was no genuine reason, she not go work. I will go still do the VG. It will still go well. Because now you can't expect when we say 9:30, your other, what did they call it? People under you are on ground, and you, the leader, is not on ground. What lesson are you teaching them? What lesson? So give me that Matthew, let's run very fast. 16, 20, give me 20, 25 now. Whoever will save is like, give me 26. For what is a man profited? He shall the whole world and lose his own soul. Or what shall a man give in exchange of his soul? What do you won't give? Waiting. Give me the next verse. For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with his angels. I pray that day you'll be there. Look at this, so and then he shall reward every man according to his work. Look up. No work, no reward. Look at what he says, oh. When he's coming, he will come in glory. Not just in glory, oh. He will come with his angels. Who are those angels? Those angels, when they will be giving you your reward. I think next month or next 2 months from now, you saw people that came here on Sunday. They said they want to give me, how is it called? Authentic certificate as an ambassador, that I can use it anywhere in the world. He said because over the years, when we talk to you on WhatsApp, you give us advice, you support us. So we have looked at it that you are one of the men who fall into that category. Now, it was work. Now my work, now they bring that reward. Every reward, hear this, every work has a reward. Whether it is bad, whether it is good. Let me give you one more verse, then. Chapter 5:22. I don't give you Bible verse. Where they go put 26. Galatians 5:22. For the fruit of the Spirit, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith. But the fruit of the Spirit is what? Is love. What is the next one? What is the next one? Now hear this. Don't scatter what the Bible has arranged. If you don't have love, you can't have joy. If you don't have joy, you can't have peace. Now, if you don't, part of the peace, why God gave you joy and peace, so that you can go through long suffering. Yes, if long suffering come before this thing, Bible don't. It's not well arranged. The first one is, number one, you have love. Number two, you have joy. Number three, you know why? I am bringing long suffering, no. But if you have this joy, you can have peace. Then the next one, after you have gone through long suffering, in fact, but the one that followed me, whether he sold part of the land, that's what we are trying to. So he now went, now he has gone back to the village. He saw what the person built on the land, and he was doing findings. And the content said, "Now the one where I follow, now he sell land." That one saying no sell land. You know what he said? He said, "I went to prison." He said, "I went to prison, so anybody can go to prison in this family. Anybody. I will let you know that I am the man of this family. I am the one in charge of this compound." And I'm still actually still denying. That one said, "I no sell. I didn't sell any land." He said, "I was man in the column. We see waiting at trial. Waiting at trial." He said he was there for 3 years. You know, he said prison is called recreational center. So he said, "You will go. I will make sure you go so that your brain can be corrected." So I told him, I said, "This is one of the reasons why I don't like connecting to you. This is not how a senior should behave." He removed himself from the platform. I went to his WhatsApp. I said, "He just for your hand. A father does not behave like this." And he said, "Within the pain," and he said, "Is it deny?" I said, "Okay, you know what? If he don't sell that portion where he sell, let it become his own portion. Anytime he comes to the village from another place, you should end it like that." He said, "No, he will go to prison." I went to prison. I was in prison for 3 years and 6 months. I was in I was in Seme for 3 months. Nobody came to help me. He mentioned the name of the prison. You know why? But he just said he went to one medicine. But I was trying to cross. When I know the whole lamb, it was God who intervened for him. Now, you know what he said? He said, when you come back from recreational center, you will humble yourself and be gentle. So Bible says, after you have gone through long suffering, and yet this suffering, not the end, though. You know the end. After you have gone through long suffering, then the next one is what? Gentleness. The next one is what? Goodness. Can you now see where faith comes? Faith came in last. Bible did not carry, Bible not carry faith, put for first. Give me the next verse. Temperance. Temperance. Against such, there is no law. Give me the next one. And they that are Christ have crucified the flesh with what? With affliction. And that in Christ have crucified the flesh with the what? Sorry, with the affection and lust. Are you in Christ? Are you in Christ? Look up. Even if you dash me 10 million in this church and you misbehave, I will humble you. If truly I'm your pastor,